When did you realize a monster was living under your roof? A box of human ashes showed up at my door with a note saying, "Hope you're happy." I found the package on a Monday morning, a plain brown box without a name, no shipping label, no return address. Thinking it might be misdelivered mail, I brought it inside. When I opened it, my brain couldn't process what I was seeing. The box was full of gray powder and chunks resembling crushed chalk. I initially thought it was concrete mix, but then I saw the note tucked into the ashes. 3 words, "Hope you're happy." My hands shook as I set the box down and called my husband Julian at work. He seemed confused, but when he saw the box, his face went pale. We called the police, suspecting a sick joke. Officers arrived, quickly calling for backup after inspecting the contents. They transferred some powder into evidence bags, explaining it appeared to be human cremated remains. Detectives arrived, sectioning off our porch with yellow tape. Neighbors gathered, whispering and taking pictures. Julian and I were questioned separately for hours about any recent deaths, enemies, or threats. Julian kept his answers short. He worked logistics. We'd been married 8 years, no kids, no drama. Detective Stanley seemed frustrated by our lack of answers, pressing Julian about work disputes. But Julian insisted everything was normal. Stanley promised DNA tests and handwriting analysis and gave us his card. For weeks, we jumped at every phone call. Julian barely slept, drank heavily, and became secretive, researching the legality of mailing human remains. But eventually, detectives stopped responding. Life almost returned to normal, though Julian became paranoid, installing security cameras, changing locks, and instructing me to never open packages without a return address. 3 months later, while making breakfast, the front door exploded inward as SWAT officers burst inside, guns aimed. They dragged Julian away in handcuffs, yelling it was a mistake. An officer held me back, insisting Julian wasn't who I thought he was. Detective Stanley arrived later, exhausted. He explained the ashes belonged to a 70-year-old woman robbed and murdered 6 years prior. Her $2 million life insurance had been stolen through forged documents created by someone familiar with shipping logistics. Julian and his partner had executed similar schemes across multiple states, targeting elderly victims and making bodies disappear. When the partner wanted out, Julian refused to split the money, prompting the partner to send the woman's ashes as a warning, then vanished, leaving evidence implicating Julian. Authorities found fake IDs, offshore accounts, and victim photos in Julian's office. The man I'd shared my life with for 8 years was a criminal responsible for destroying countless lives, yet I never suspected because he seemed ordinary. I filed for divorce while Julian awaited trial, sold the house, and moved 3 states away. Sometimes I still wake up remembering that box on my porch, and I blame myself for sleeping with Jeffrey Dahmer.